everybody, it's MoriMademoiselle here with a video for you. So today's video is actually a collaboration video with the Lolita YouTubers. We have a Facebook group that we get to talk about all of these cool collaboration videos, and I decided that I wanted to do one for Thanksgiving season. I know not everybody celebrates Thanksgiving. I personally take it as a time of being thankful for my friends and my communities that I'm a part of, rather than what at least the United States traditionally assumes the Thanksgiving tradition is for. So I wanted to take this time to talk about what I'm thankful for in the Lolita community. And not just the Lolita community, but Lolita fashion as a whole. It's super important to me and in my life. And I think just kind of letting you guys all know will not only kind of provide a reminder video for myself when I'm not feeling super great, or if for some reason, knock on wood, that I want to quit Lolita one day, that I'll have this to look forward or to look back to, not look forward. I look forward to my journey continuing, but I'll have this to look back to see what exactly inspires me in the community and the things that I am in it for. So I guess the first thing that I would be thankful for in the Lolita community, of course, are my friends. I have made some of my dearest friends in the Lolita community, and I would say they are hands down probably some of my best friends. Even my friends in real life have started to either get a piece or two in Lolita fashion to join me on my days out. And I just think that is just so cool. I'm super thankful of the support that they give me, and that we're all kind of in this little boat together, existing at the same time and just helping each other out when we need it the most. The second thing that I would say I'm thankful for is the community as a whole. I know that there's a lot of times that there's salt mines upon salt mines, and just things can get pretty intense in the community from time to time, but that's every community. And honestly, in the Lolita community, I find that this fandom, if you want to call it, is actually one of the most tame ones out there. The salt that you hear and the drama that you hear, that is par for the course of almost every single group I've ever been a part of. But I would definitely say that the Lolita community is definitely one of the more substantially calmer groups. I know that sounds crazy if you're in the community of all the drama that you hear, but for real though, like, the constructive criticism is usually wonderful. The arguments usually have merit to them. When somebody gets upset, there's usually a good reason behind it. Everybody is very understanding. We're extremely welcoming. We are one of the most accepting for any gender or any sexuality or any sort of alternative lifestyle or anything that is not considered normal by society's standards. And I honestly think that is just so cool to see a community about fashion that is so, like, I would say for the most part, we're extremely body positive. And when I say for the most part, I would say almost everybody is. You, like every other fandom, you always have a couple people here and there that, like, just don't get it. And unfortunately, they're always going to exist. But in large and part, if you're looking for a community that's extremely body positive in every form of your body, whether physical or emotional, spiritual, or gender identity, or sexuality, or anything related to you as a human being, we are extremely welcoming, extremely accepting, and an extremely safe place to be. And I hope that we can keep it that way. I know there's a lot of drama now on the internet about our name, and unfortunately that's just the coincidence of us having the same name. Is just always going to be there, but our community is always going to be there. And I think that that is one of the most powerful things that we can have, is our sense of community. The third thing that I would be thankful for is I'm thankful for the range. This is a little bit more superficial, but I'm thankful for the range of options that Lolitas have. Not only, as you know, talking before about the body positivity, because I am plus size Lolita, and I think that being able to buy things that fit me, when most fashions, especially trendy fashions, I have a hard time finding anything that fits me as the fashion should fit, if we're being pedantic. But with the Lolita community, not only do you have brand pieces like Meta, forever stand Meta, that they are really stepping up their game with plus sizing options. I typically land on the very, very, very tippy top of a lot of like the older established brands. Like I can fit into some Innocent World, I can fit into some Alice and the Pirates and Baby the Star Shine Bright. Angelic Pretty, I have more luck with. Meta, like I said before, we stand Meta forever. But not only brands, but also Taobao, they've really stepped up their game with a lot of plus size releases, and I think that's wonderful. And I really hope to see that continue in the community. I'm so thankful for the artists and the designers who really just understand that we are a community of diverse peoples, and to be able to cater to that, but also not like fast fashion, limit plus size options to like the not flattering stuff or like the kind of boring stuff. I see that a lot in like public stores where a lot of the fast fashion stuff, they've gotten so much better in recent years, but I remember like growing up and like seeing the plus size section and just being like, wow, okay, there's nothing. And just having the ability to express your style and not all the time having to worry about, you know, will I fit this? And I hope that we can keep moving forward. I'd love to see more Japanese brands step on that game, more Taobao brands expanding or even offering custom sizes. That would be wonderful. Western brands are really jumping on that train, and I love that. But, you know, more is better in this case, and I think having that option would be wonderful. And then last, but certainly not least, I am also thankful for the internet, I guess is what I would want to be thankful for, I guess. I know that sounds really weird and like super vague, but I think with the advent of social media, I mean, obviously this was like years ago that social media became a big thing, but especially now, in the perspective of everything going on in 2020 with COVID, and this kind of encircles everything that I talked about, having those online communities. You know, I'm part of the Plus Size Lolita Facebook group. It's amazing. I'm part of a bunch of Facebook groups and I love them. And I'm part of the Lolita Amino, which is awesome. I love the Lolita Amino. Some of the best people and some of my very closest friends are in the Lolita Amino. And it just, having all of these places, because I unfortunately missed the live journal days. I wasn't allowed on the internet at that time, and I talked about that in how I discovered Lolita fashion. But now being able to go to so many different places and just see all of these amazing inspirational coordinates, advice columns, guides, you know, all of these wonderful, like artists, especially, like I'm an artist myself, and just being able to be not only inspired by other artists, but also support their art is just awesome to me. And the scope that we have to be able to support not only indie artists, but also indie designers and, you know, independent brands. I think that's a wonderful, wonderful thing that we have come to have. And I'm just so thankful for all of the hard work that any artist, any designer, any, any person who just even uploads their coordinates online to Alice Hollick or Pinterest. I just think it's such a cool thing to see everybody just come together and put our best foot forward for the most part and just share inspiration. And the internet is the web work in which we do that. Pun not intended, but I'm gonna say it was because that was kind of funny. But anyway, I'm gonna get super rambly and I get really kind of like emotional about this kind of stuff because it's really near and dear to my heart, especially my friends. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. The Lolita Fashion YouTube community, I love you guys too. Thank you for having me like as a part of you guys. I think that's wonderful. Other than that, if you are thankful for anything, rather like not even just about Lolita, but if you're thankful about anything, I'd love to hear it in the comments. I just want it to be a wonderful, positive experience for everybody. We all really, really need it right now during COVID. And, just thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you stay along for my journey and, stay safe, stay wonderful. And I really appreciate you guys. My little forest friends really make everything come together for me. So my last thankful thing would be, I am thankful for you, my watcher, my friend, my inspiration to keep moving forward. Every view that I receive makes me want to make more content, and I just really appreciate that. So thank you, stay safe, have a wonderful week, have a wonderful rest of your year, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!